Okay. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to We'll Do It Live, streaming PowerShell. My name is Tyler.
My name is Chrissy.
My name is Chris.
And we are three people who have live streamed before. So what we're going to talk about is who, what, where, when, and how. Oh, I guess I forgot why. That's an important one. Well, we'll touch on why later. So, without further ado, let's start with, what is it? Who wants to take this one? This is very informal, just to let you know. If you have any questions, we'll definitely try to get those at the end. It's a relatively quick session, but otherwise, we're just going to start rambling.
So I think whenever it comes to what is it that we live stream?
Yeah.
And I came with a little list from my YouTube channel where I archive things. So first we live stream on Twitch, and then we archive it off to YouTube because Twitch has a limited amount of time. So the things that I have streamed about is I'm actually writing a technical book, and I've always wondered what other people do whenever they're writing a book, what's their thought process and things like that. So that's something that I've streamed. In addition, I didn't know how to debug until the other day whenever I read Stephen Owen's blog post about it, and so I learned in front of an audience. I believe that you might have been there. Maybe not. Somebody was there helping me. So it was really cool that I was learning from the audience. Another thing was contributing to a PowerShell module DBA checks for the accidental DBA. So I did something that instead of doing a presentation, I did a 3-hour live stream about it. And what are some of the things that you have?
Some of the stuff that I live stream is, well, thankfully, working on the PowerShell team, all of our stuff is open source, and so what that allows me to do is stream working on all the things that we use. You know, I've live streamed working on PowerShell itself, the source code for PowerShell, along with the VS Code extension, and then miscellaneous like PowerShell modules and stuff like that. And it's important to know that like, the format here is not like, you know, some really structured like walkthrough or anything like that. It's very much so ad hoc. It's very much so like you're seeing every little piece of the process of me, like us banging our heads on the table, wondering why the heck this isn't working, and every step of the way. And we'll touch on like why we put ourselves through that torture later. But yeah.
And how about you, Chris?
Most of the stuff I've done is some of the DSC resources I either write or contribute to. So it's just kind of going through my general process of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
Totally.
Awesome. So next one is who? Great slides, right?
Hey, I like the live stream purple theme.
So you know who we are now, but there's actually just a ton of people in both the PowerShell community and the tech community all up who stream. The big name in the PowerShell community is that there's a PowerShell account both on Twitter and on Twitch called PowerShell Live. And what that is it's a bot written by originally Mark Krause, and I don't remember if he has gotten any contributions on the project itself.
Not yet. It's all semi-open source.
Semi-open source. But he's been working on that for those of you who know who Mark is. And essentially, you can ask him like to add you to this list, and then whenever you start streaming, it'll tweet out saying, hey, so-and-so is streaming, or it'll also message on Discord, yep. And also it will like restream you in Twitch, which is pretty nice. So just kind of, and those are all people within the PowerShell community who are streaming PowerShell and PowerShell related content. So, you know, if you're interested in seeing how other people approach problems and stuff like that, checking that out is really cool. That's just PowerShell Live on Twitter or Twitch or in Discord. So that's another who.
It's actually pretty cool. I've always wanted to know what it's like for a gamer. Like, how do they even come up with games? What are sprites and so on? And people will actually live stream that. There's a dude, Jeff Fritz, that's really awesome and supportive of the community, and he live streams a bunch of C#. He's on the Visual Studio Code team. So it's a wide variety. It's not just PowerShell. It's pretty much anybody that you can think of. They are on there showing you their thought process.
I think that's one of the big benefits of it is we're all going through the same sorts of processes, day-to-day solving problems, and now we get to see other people going through those.
Totally.
Say, oh, they've hit this problem how are they going to solve it? And then they talk through. I find that's also my big benefit from it is I'm basically my own rubber duck at that point. I'm just talking through my process. Even if no one's watching my stream, I'm still vocalizing it and thinking it through the same way I normally do at work, but people don't look at me quite as funny.
Yeah, I don't think I have a why slide, so maybe we'll just like focus on that part now, because that's probably one of the most important questions for this talk is why people stream in general. And I think it's kind of like there's reasons people stream, and then there's reasons people watch streams.
Yeah.
And there's definitely this like weird environment where, you know, the people who are streaming are doing it for certain reasons, and also the people who are watching are doing it for certain reasons, and they kind of play off of each other. So personally, I stream because one, I like to show off some of the stuff that we do on the PowerShell team. Another thing is it's a really awesome opportunity to, as Chris was mentioning, have a rubber duck. You have people who are watching you who are like, are able to say, oh, I think you might have gotten like that if statement wrong. I think it's supposed to be an or instead of an and that actually happened. I spent 20 minutes wondering why something was wrong. And then Joel Sallow, another community member, was watching the stream, and he's like, I think that should be an or. And then I did it, and everything worked flawlessly. So imagine how much longer I would have been sitting there banging my head against the table. Meanwhile, you know, someone was watching and was able to help me out. But that's, you know, another way that I get help from it. But I also like that I get to show people that, and maybe you guys feel this way as well, but that we're human and that we do make a ton of mistakes, right? We don't sit on this like crazy throne on top of all the people of the world. No, we're just like any one of you in this room.
I don't know if you have this issue, but every single live stream, I will code in about 5 bugs. So I give myself about an hour after every one to go and fix all of my bugs. So yeah, it's a very human kind of thing. For me, I live stream because whenever I was growing up, you have these MVPs, you know, that we all were growing up with, and I was like, what are they doing behind the scenes? What's their magic? How do they know all of these DMVs? How do they know all of this architecture? And so I kind of want to answer those questions for my younger self. Mm-hmm. And it is a lot of fun. I do it a lot of times to learn, because like he said, you know, there were people that were helping me learn debugging. There's people that will highlight, oh, you're doing this wrong. There was a dude, I was on a 9-hour torturous live stream the other day trying to speed up a command. And somebody was like, hey, move it from here to outside the loop. And that saved like a whole bunch of minutes. So that is one of the reasons. It's a lot of fun. You're very in the moment and you're very present. And I find that to be really exciting.
Anything to add to that?
No, that's basically why I do it, is for the thinking through the process. And when I watch other people stream, it's to see how they're solving problems.
Yeah.
I've heard from other folks that like it's also a great opportunity for them to just actually make time to work on some of the projects that they have been dying to work on forever, but just like can't make time in their busy schedule. So by like setting that time to say, all right, I'm going to stream for an hour and a half once a week, they get to work on, you know, all of the stuff, that crazy backlog of fun, exciting projects that they would have otherwise not have a chance to do. So that's.
I will say there's a lot of people that set up schedules, and people are like, Chrissy, what's your schedule? And for me, I don't set one, which means that I probably won't have as many followers because there's not that reliability that I'll be there. But I also don't want to resent live streaming because if I have to do it, I don't want it to become something that I absolutely have to do. So I just do it whenever I'm motivated and excited to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the other benefits of doing the stream for me, is that I actually do the work.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of times I'm at home, like I'll work on this side project and I'm like, oh, I just pop to the kitchen and get a drink, and then you come back and like, watch some Netflix. And you're like, that's not an option when you're when you're streaming. You're like, I have to solve these problems and work through it. And
that's a great point.
Distraction free.
Yeah, I close Slack and I close Twitter, and I only do the work as well.
But and like another thing that kind of aids in that is like, since it's in the live streaming format, there's not this like huge tail of work in terms of like editing and, you know, polishing up like a YouTube video for like a YouTube series or something like that, right? It's very much so made to be, you know, like rough and like very real and in the moment. So
that's a fantastic point, because a lot of times I'm such a perfectionist and I will obsess over something, and if I live stream, then I can't be. The live stream is what it is, and then I take it and I export it out to YouTube, and there's no editing, there's no like extreme preparation, and that's kind of a freedom for me.
Less work for us. All right. Go to the next one, which is where there's really three big streaming services. Twitch is the number one that we see in the community. You're repping an awesome Twitch hoodie from TwitchCon Berlin.
Yeah,
is that where
went
that
to
was?
Berlin to TwitchCon EU. It was very interesting.
Nice.
But
Awesome.
something about that is that all of the panels, it was humans talking, and what I wanted to see was somebody actually set up a stream. And I'm super excited that Tyler was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take away that mystery and set up a stream right in front of people so that you guys can all see how it's done.
Yeah, so we'll look at that in a second. And then, of course, there are other people who stream on YouTube and on Mixer as well. But as far as I know, the folks in the PowerShell Live community and the live streamer community generally focus on Twitch.
Yeah, Carlos Perez, he streams on YouTube right now.
When? Well, we kind of covered this a little bit in terms of like, you don't really need a schedule. You can totally just do it whenever you'd like. However, if we want to take this like a little bit in like a meta direction and say like, what's the optimal time that you should be streaming? It's kind of like, all right, well, imagine the world. So I live in Redmond over in Seattle. And so I think, all right, well, 7 a.m., I'll be honest, it's too early for me. That's the time people typically stream on the East Coast, but I'll stream it around 10 a.m., which gives me the lunchtime over on the East Coast, and then around 6 p.m., like right after work for Europe, and then, sorry, Australia, there's not much I can do there, but there are recordings. Yeah. So I think that's kind of like, at least for me, the optimal time. But really, like people stream at all times. Like I think between the PowerShell Live and the live coders, there's like always someone streaming at like any given time, which is really cool.
Yeah. So the PowerStream Live channel, it restreams all of us. So if you subscribe to that, anybody that's a part of that team will show up there. I do find that Saturdays and Sundays, it's shocking. Like I've had up to 75 people join. And weekdays, not so much. I usually do it in the evening whenever I get home or on the weekends.
Yeah, so this is actually hosting you.
Yeah, sweet hate. So Chrissy is currently streaming from her phone over here to her Twitch channel. And so this is the PowerShell Live channel, and once this ad goes away... I think it's like a 2-minute ad, though. Maybe
such a long ad. We'll just kind of cover it up for a bit. Oh, I think it's done. Okay, 25th of October. Got it. Okay, come on. Almost done.
PS4, everyone.
No, there it is. Yeah. So that's what she's streaming right now, and then this PowerShell Live account will restream that. So that's what's going on.
Look at it go.
This is kind of weird.
Super meta.
Look at that. All right, I'm going to close that. That's a little odd to look at. There'll be some links at the end where you can find all this stuff. But yeah. All right. So the last slide, if we don't have anything else to chat about, and feel free to just like cut into me, is we'll go into the how, which I threw together really quickly right before this. We're just going to hop on into the software that's typically used when streaming and kind of set up what's called a scene, and then and we'll just go for it. We'll see how that works. So there are two big programs that you have an option with. There's Streamlabs, OBS, and OBS Studio. Now, Streamlabs OBS and OBS are both just applications that do all the heavy lifting of the stream. They're actually really well done and make it super easy to get started, and we'll take a look at them in a second. Streamlabs OBS is what I use. Unfortunately, it's Windows only, but it gives you a whole bunch of awesome features out of the box. Like if you've ever watched a stream before, sometimes streamers will have like the chat in their stream, and Streamlabs already gives you that kind of support out of the box. The other one is regular OBS here, which is a little bit more raw. I'm pretty sure Streamlabs is like based on OBS, but
Yeah, it's even called slobs.
yeah. Slobs, Streamlabs, OBS. But yeah, so OBS Studio is more of a cross-platform version of OBS, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that Streamlabs has. So what I've downloaded both of them, but I'm gonna go ahead and.
But just to clarify, if you're using a Mac or Linux and you need to use OBS Studio, the slobs is the client. That's the Streamlabs OBS client. But they also have a service where it'll let you like collect money, or it'll let you collect or show your chats and things like that. You can still use the service even if you're using OBS. You just plug in your key. Oh, yeah. What he's about to do just makes it all in one pretty program.
All right, so all I did before this was download this piece of software. When you open up, there's like a little wizard. Just follow the wizard, but you'll eventually get to this screen. And here, down at the bottom left, I have streams. Can you all see that? Should I like maximize this somehow?
That is true.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is possible. Anyway, I'll just kind of point this out. Bottom left are your scenes. Sorry? The magnifier. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to use it either.
Let's just roll with this because we don't have a whole lot of time. Scenes are down here, and then sources. Think of sources as just different like components that you're going to put on the screen. So, for example, I'll hit the plus sign here, and add video capture device. And we see it says select from USB webcams or external, and then examples are like built-in webcam. So I'll add a source here, add another source, and then it'll take a second to load, but I see Microsoft Camera Front, and oh my, hey, hello. So we can readjust this. This is very strange to see. And just kind of shove me over in this corner. Yeah.
And so he has that really current box right now. It took me a really long time to find out that if you hit Alt and move it, then it'll actually just crop that little box. So if you just want this much showing, then you would use Alt.
You're kidding.
For real. So hit that right there. That little one. Yeah, hit Alt and slide that back. Works on my Mac. I'm so sorry.
Yikes. Okay. We'll keep going. The other thing is, obviously, if we're streaming, working on some code, let's go ahead and do display capture here. So my primary monitor. This might get a little trippy because, yeah. Okay. So we have our first display here. We see my mouse going in that little preview there. And so.
Whew, good luck.
Here we go. Adjust this a bit. Oh, baby. Oh, boy. And there we go.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. And I'll just put my face on top. Hello. There we go.
Yes.
And that's it. I mean, like, this is as basic as it gets, But
1 second, I do want to clarify what a scene is because I was so blown away. I used to watch this dude, oh, man, I forgot his name. He was one of the first PowerShell streamers, and he'd be like, be right back. And then suddenly this beautiful, like, be right back would slide across the screen, and then his microphone would be muted. And that is called a scene. So for me, I have like 3 basic scenes. One is live, which will basically show what he's showing now. The second one is be right back. So if I just need to go grab a sandwich or something, I will hit be right back. It'll mute my microphone. It'll do this really cool like PowerShell core screen. And then the other one is starting soon. And it is interesting, like whenever you start soon, the reason that you usually wait just a little bit is because you are prepping and you're also waiting for people to join your stream. Oh, there you go. So, oh, yeah, sweet, awesome.
Yeah, I just added the BRB slide here. there's a ton of configuration that you can do here. So then, when you first start up Streamlabs or OBS, it lets you connect to whatever streaming service you're using. It's all very easy. You just follow the little GUI there. And then once you get to this point and you're like, all right, I think I'm ready to go, you just hit the big go live button and it does some stuff. This was from something that I did earlier today. I hosted a Smash Brothers tournament with my friends the other day. What is it? It's Science and Technology is the game. Science and Technology. And there's like programming, I think, here.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
This I think only shows up in Streamlabs.
Gotcha.
And then testing during PSConf EU. And then let's just see what happens. I have very low expectations that conference Wi-Fi is going to be able to actually stream any of this, but we'll see. And so then once you go live here, on the right, it will show the stream chat. So if anybody replies there, you can chat here. And then this white page will be like events that have happened. So like this person 11 days ago followed me. And apparently, oh yeah, this is for my other account, but yes. So if we go over to twitch.tv/ my Smash tournament username. Whoops, I should have used my actual username, but that's okay.
World of Smash? I love it.
World's first Smash.
Oh, World's first Smash.
It was the first Smash tournament of the year. It happened last week. And so it says live. Oh my gosh, the ads.
Hey, while I was doing that, can you take a picture of the crowd? I have to send it to my company.
Yeah. Should we do a big selfie?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I hope that's okay.
So
and then we'll do questions after this.
Part of my agreement is that I always have to send them a big old picture of the crowd, and then they fund this, so that's nice. Oh no. Is that a PS4 commercial?
Okay, here we go. All right, get in the picture. Chris, there you go. Awesome.
Love it, thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
I'll get to come back next year. Oh
the ad is
no,
buffering.
it's still just hanging out.
Look on your on your computers.
World's first Smash.
Is the video buffering? Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Would you say then that it's probably...
So let's go to garbage tier quality. Potato quality.
Potato quality.
Yes. All right, so while we're waiting for this ad to finish, that's pretty much all. I hope that like this helps make it seem a little bit more
let's show them the
approachable.
live links or the short links real quick before we go and finish up with
good idea
with our questions. Say what? Say again? How is this currently live streaming to my Twitch account?
No, how is the tool linked to our Twitch account?
So when you first get Streamlabs or regular OBS, it'll prompt you to log in to Twitch, and then what it does is it grabs this stream key that Twitch has, and other services have it as well, and then it like just uses that for the future.
And then you also have profiles. So for me, I stream my cats on YouTube, and then I stream my tech work on Twitch. So I have one profile for Twitch and one for YouTube, and it just switches out that API key when you choose between them. Okay, so the last slide. This is just a bunch of links if you want to take a picture of it. The top link is Chrissy's original setup. And her blog on that, and then she also has an additional post that you can check out once you go through this one. So if you go to sequelps.io/livestream, I basically, like, I'm not a gamer. I barely had gotten into Twitch, and it was so mysterious for me. So what I did was I broke it down, have the ideas there, the streaming software differences. Sometimes you'll go to a streamer's stream, and it'll be pretty, and it'll have these, like, markings around it, and then at the bottom, he has a really, really cool setup. Can you show him your channel once we're done with this? But he has a really cool setup at the bottom, and that's called a panel. So I'll walk through that, and that's at sequelps.io/livestream. And then if you're wondering about the hardware that we use, because a lot of people will use green screens, they'll use some, like, pretty lighting. If you go to sequelps.io/hardware, that'll go to Jeff Fritz's Hardware 2019 page. And what's really cool about it is that it's helpful and it's approachable. It's affordable. Like, he doesn't use $400 lights. They're like 20 or 30 bucks.
And that's only if you want to, like, get
if you want to
fancy
get
with
super
it.
into
What
it.
we showed today is, like, really all you need to
agree.
to do that. And there's plenty of people in the community already that have the basic setup that we looked at. And we're,
Yes, Amanda?
Okay, since both PS1EU and PS1A also use OBS for session recordings, there was one thing that we constantly fight, and that's if you plug the video camera into a different USB port that you set it up with. Sometimes OBS doesn't realize, oh, that's the same camera you were talking about earlier.
I don't have that problem because mine is super simplified, and I just always use the same setup every single time. I actually use my built-in, I have a Thunderbolt display from Apple, and it's just a regular webcam. Some people will get webcams with really flattering lighting on it. And it's all built into one. So if you go to Amazon.de, because, oh my God, you guys have a really great Amazon. If you go there and you type in, like, live streaming camera, it'll actually have those types of cameras. But what she's highlighting is sometimes there are hardware issues that you kind of have to battle and learn about along the way, I think.
Yeah, so that's why I remember here, because bias organizes everything. But the laptops have the port labeled, like, camera goes here.
Right. And that's also a good point, that basically what you use to live stream, it's a really awesome skill to pick up, because this is what they're using at a professional conference. So once you know how to live stream your own stuff, you can go anywhere and live stream everything. So is this your...
is this what you were talking about? This is my channel.
Yes. So I love this. So scroll up just a little bit. So these little things, like, if you're wondering, because whenever I saw this, I was like, oh, I want that pretty little, I forgot what it's called. But if you go to sequelps.io/livestream, that will redirect you to my webpage, where I do go into detail of how you can have a pretty page like Tyler's.
Oh, thanks.
Anytime. I even have screenshots of it. I was so impressed.
Oh.
Yes.
Awesome.
So do we have any questions for people who are potentially getting into live streaming? Yes. Oh, no. You ready to get started on your project? Oh, you want us to GTFO. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and I hope that you live stream.
Feel free to find us afterwards. We're more than willing to chat.